Figure 2.24 shows you the soil forming processes. So the processes that are continuously going on that help us do even more soil formation and more soil making. So we have the 5 soil forming factors, and now we're looking at the processes of soil formation. And so while we've got soil, so obviously this is soil that's already existing. What can happen to this soil to change it over time? And these are, of course, related to the soil forming factors as well, but we kind of distinguish them because there are other processes that are happening. The first of all is additions. So we can add material. This can be soil material, this can be organic material that we're adding to the soil. The second is losses. So often we have erosion losses, so that we're moving soil material off of the top of the soil, off the A horizon or the O horizon. Sometimes we move organic matter off the O horizon. And here's losses again down here. This is what we call leaching. So we're actually moving material, moving ions, sometimes clays, organic matters, carbonates, things like that. We're moving it off of the soil, away from the soil profile down into often the groundwater. Also, you can see we pointed out additions up above. Let's look at the additions down below. So we're actually adding material. Well, what kind of material is that? That's material that's coming from the C horizon and the R rock horizon, the bedrock that's underneath. We're actually adding material from that. We're bringing that rock into being a soil. So that's considered an addition. So we have additions, we have losses, we have translocations. This is what we talked about for what makes an E horizon. You'll learn in the next chapter when we look at spodosols. It's a very important process that forms a spodosol. Translocations are just moving something down through the soil, but not out of it. We're just moving it from one location to another. Organic material can be moved from the upper O horizons down into the soil. Clay, obviously, into the B horizon. We can move things out of the E horizon and so forth. The next one, and this is a really interesting one that we'll discuss when we get to soil colloids, is transformation. So sometimes we can take, for instance, a mineral in the soil, and we can go from one type of mineral to another type of mineral. So we can break down, even though we have a soil that's formed, we can take a material that isn't all the way broken down and break it down even more and reform it into something like a clay. So that's why you see this platy Y here. It's got all these plates, and you'll see later that that is exactly what a clay looks like, what a typical clay looks like. So you can move something, you can transform something from one form to another. This happens for nutrients as well, so with ions in the soil, but it also happens for materials in the soil. It happens for organic matter in the soil, and it happens for the mineral fraction of the soil. It's really important. This guy right here, this Y, is really, really important to how soils are able to hold nutrients, how pH works in the soil, and many other soil health factors as well.